Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we had a major information dump across several cutscenes. The first being that we are experiencing adverse effects from absorbing all the light from the Light Wardens, and that Y'shtola and Reen have confirmed that it is not going away. We are simply absorbing and amassing it. And if we get too much more, it might start causing a more significant problem. But we still have one more Light Warden that needs to go down. So there really isn't much other choice. It's the only option we have at the moment, so we're just going to have to press on and deal with it as it comes. So, the other thing is, we had a big long conversation with Emet-Selch, where he kind of laid out the Ascian point of view on what's, on the rejoinings and the calamities and everything. He described again that, in the ancient past, the world was whole and was what the Ascians believe was a paradise, where people would live nearly forever. But it underwent a crisis from which it could not recover, and the plan that they implemented, the ancient people implemented, was to create and summon Zodiark. And Zodiark resolved the problem, but according to Emet-Selch, there were short-sighted fools who feared the power of Zodiark, and so created Hydaelyn, and the battle between Zodiark and Hydaelyn ensued, then resulted in Hydaelyn hitting Zodiark with her power, which caused him to separate into 14 identical copies, but each one diminished and reduced in power and capabilities overall, which allowed him to then be imprisoned. And then also the entire world was subjected to this effect, of which only 3 of the Ascians escaped: Emet-Selch, Lahabrea, and Elidibus. And so, as a result of that, they don't even really see the people who are living on the shards and the source as even complete people. They kind of see them as almost like lower life forms, and so they kind of justify the destruction and death that they have to wreak on the source and the shards in order to affect the rejoinings as basically being justified, because the people that live on them are not truly alive. And so they're not guilty of murder by killing all of these people. And so that's kind of, from their point of view, how things are going. That the ends of restoring the world to the former glory it once had justifies the destructive means that are used to accomplish this. We, of course, disagree. So that's kind of the crux of the conflict. But as we were discussing this, report came in from operatives in Eorzea that Eulmore was bunkering itself down, preparing for an attack. And so the conclusion was, if Eulmore is bunkering down the city and preparing for an attack, it probably means that they're harboring the Light Warden within the city, and so we needed to act fast, because if they were given too much time to entrench, then it would be nigh on impossible to actually reach the Light Warden and destroy it. So we have arrived in Eorzea, and we have come to Gate Town to notice all the people here behaving strangely. We met Kai Shear over here, and he reported that after the soldiers returned from Amareng and reported that we destroyed the Light Warden there, he went nuts and ended up affecting some sort of effect on all the people around here. And it turns out that the meal that Eulmore doles out to the people of Gatetown and its own citizens is comprised of Sin Eater. It's made out of Sin Eaters. And it's very likely that people who are ascended from within the population of the city are converted to Sin Eaters, and then those Sin Eaters are then converted into meal. So it's a bit of a Soylent Green situation. So yeah, if you're not familiar with that film. So yeah, not good. So we need to begin our final assault on Eulmore itself and put an end to it once and for all. So that is going to be what we're doing. And because we are this kind of pillar of light, this is going to be a solo instance, not a dungeon, so we don't need to worry about any of that. So let's go ahead, talk to Alphino, and get this started. Alright, when we step through the gates, we shall find not the place of hedonistic pleasure we remember, but a battlefield. If you are prepared for this, then let us sally forth. Indeed. Let's go.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away! Long live Lord Vor 3.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gatetown. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vor 3's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphino. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
Well, we're going to have to incapacitate them at the very least. Yeah, they don't even hardly take anything to knock out. I mean, they're just, you know... your basic civilians, unarmored, unarmed. Alright, we're advancing. More of them. These are actual soldiers. But still under control and not acting of their own volition. So
I fear.
alright. Yeah, they're just kind of pouring in right now. We'll deal with the ones we can, and once the way opens up, then Press on. There we go. Alright, those guys are down. Oh, it's these two.
Show's over. I'll break your funny bone.
We'll knock out one first, then deal with the other one.
Right. No more Mrs. Nice Jester.
Targeting me with something. I'll try not to get hit by that this time. Okay. Alright, just take her down. There we go. Alright. Upstairs. Alright, Alphinaud's gonna take care of those. I'm gonna keep pressing on. All the way up to the top. Well, well, look who it is.
You will find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day. And you will not.
You're one of his puppets too, I'm guessing.
You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vorthry's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict. Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience. But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
Alright then. If he's working under his own free will, then they can take him down. Well, we know a lot of his patterns from our fight with Thancred. Well, our fight where we were controlling Thancred. So he really shouldn't present anything new. Wrong button there. And it's just gonna be a matter of wearing him down. Okay, well that does seem to be somewhat new. And so is that. Just destroy one. Why isn't my MP recovering? Oh, it is. It's just slow. Even though I'm using my MP recovering abilities. I gotta get this MP recovered. So I can't use my dark side abilities until that is back up where it needs to be. Yeah, something he's doing is taking away my MP. That's somewhat annoying. Alright, here we go again. Alright, here we go with this. We're getting them worn down. Yeah, this is gonna work on me. There we go. Done. Finally. Are you ready, Yummy? Yeah, we're fine. The citizens appear to have calmed down for the moment. I can only assume Vol 3 is otherwise engaged. Let's get to the upper level while we can. Oh my.
Lord Vorthri, your reign of tyranny is at an end. For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused. And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance. For the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah! Oh, yes, of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Oh God, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Where did he go? What in the heavens?
Did Vorthri do that?
How are we gonna get up there?
Wait. That is Mount Gulg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds.
Sure. Yeah, I'll help. Though, this character isn't much of a healer.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vorthri's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
So Vorthri is our light warden. Well, could have saw that one coming. Alright, Thancred. Good news, Ayame. It would seem that Reen is indeed able to reverse the effects of Vorthri's influence. Ah, good. Even as we speak, she tends to the afflicted in turn. The problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting, and would appreciate your help if you're willing. Indeed. You can now attune with the Aetheryte in Eulmore. Very good. Alright, so here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I would appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, those affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you are done, be sure to let Reen know. Well, first things first, attune to the Aetheryte. Alright, and then we're going to head down to the derelicts. And let's see. There's Alphino. Alright, so there should be some people around here. There we go. Oh, Lord Vorthri, you are my daily meal? No. So let's use the dream powder on him. Keep him sedated until he can be dealt with. Alright. Search for enthralled civilians in the understory. Alright, looks like there is one up above. There we go. Amiable Maiden. And there's our ardent attendant, who we encountered before when we first arrived. It hurts. Please, Lord Vorthri, take away the pain. You're the kind soul who saved me from falling to my death. Yes, I am. My mistress, she's been injured. Please help her, I beg you. Well, we're gonna... What is this? She's sleeping. A medicine to help her rest while she awaits treatment, you say? Oh, thank you so much. When she began acting strangely, I don't know what to do. Or I didn't know what to do. Alright, so upstairs, in the canopy, is next. Alright, what do we got? How much you want? Nope, there we are. Free citizen. Must stop trespassers sullying our paradise. Let's go ahead and knock him out. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? Oh. It's that guy. All right. Let's talk to Reen here. Oh, there you are, Yame. I just finished aiding this man. Now for the next one. More out in the derelicts and below, you say? So many of them. But Minfilia entrusted his power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I can bring the enthralled to you. Oh, that would certainly make it easier for me to work. Thank you, Yame. I'll do my best to keep pace.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Eulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vorthree is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vorthree's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vorthree's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, You came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vor 3.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vor 3 has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. But after the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vor 3 took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
Well, it's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't.
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Indeed. Yep. China's just got volunteered by his wife. Alright. Alpha note. The ladder is situated to the north and west of Right. Let us make our way there. Indeed. And I think we'll probably call that a day there. And we will see about getting the ladder back up and running for next episode. And see what that's all going to entail. Alright. So for now, we'll go ahead and end here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.